Hello everyone, this is bladerart, and welcome to a reaction video that I haven't done in a very long time. Now, as you saw in the last video, I completed Deltarune Chapter 2. Although the ending though, so apparently it wasn't actually some light that Chris unleashed. It was they made a fountain in their world. So, which I was so confused because like when I saw Chris use a knife and then stab it on the ground and to create a fountain. At first it was all like brighter stuff. I thought like they were just unleashing the light, but no. They made a dark fountain in their world. So yeah, that's what happened. But today we're not gonna talk about that because there are like secrets and there's like another route. So one of them has something to do with Spamton, the one boss that I had trouble with in one of the Deltarune episodes. And there's another route called Snowgrave? Yeah, Snowgrave route. So yeah, without further ado, let's react to the first one, which is Spamton. Alright, come on. Alright, 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video, we take a look at the creepy...
Oh, yep. This video is by SuperHorrorBro's, so go and check him out. He's really good at explaining stuff. I mean, not really good, but like, you know, like he's literally just look for stuff and then try to explain things in like a certain order or so. So anyway, yeah, go and check him out.
Side of Deltarune Chapter 2. While much of Deltarune is comedic in tone and fairly light-hearted, much like Toby Fox's previous work, Undertale, there are plenty of dark secrets and disturbing sequences hidden beneath its seemingly friendly surface layer. Over the next few videos, we'll be looking into these creepy secrets.
What the frick was...
And our coverage begins
YouTube, come on.
with a guide to unlocking an unsettling boss encounter known as Spamton Neo. This video will act as a step-by-step guide to access
You're meant to... Oh yeah, that's
character.
right. I was looking for the check marks. I couldn't find all of them. I found 2, but I couldn't find the other one.
A full playthrough of the fight itself, both pacifist and no mercy endings, as well as a brief theory as to who Spamton actually is. So sit back, relax, and let's get started.
Okay. How to unlock the secret boss?
In order to unlock the boss fight itself, we must first complete a number of steps, and these begin in the Cyber Fields area near the beginning of our adventure. After meeting the Queen at our arcade machine minigame, you will come to a fork in the road.
Oh yeah, we went there first,
leads
right?
players to a meeting with a strange character shaped like a mouse cursor arrow. This mysterious figure introduces himself as the Hacker and requests Chris and his friends to locate 3 blue check marks. These blue check marks are hidden throughout Cyberfield. The first can be
I
located
can't find all of them. I found 2.
Treasure chest. The second and third are located at the top of the 2 leftmost teacup rides before we head up to face the
I found one of them there, so yeah.
The second tick is easy enough to nab. Simply ride the teacups all the way to the top without missing an arrow icon, and you'll find it stashed inside this box. The third and final check mark is a little trickier. Ride the teacups to the top of the leftmost pillar, and we are greeted by its keyboard.
Oh wait, so there was a chest there. So the chest is the only thing that I missed. I did this part already, and I did the other one with like the teacups, and I found a chest up there. I didn't find the other chest though.
but with a series of letters displayed above.
Oh yeah, this part was really hard, but like I got through with it.
Order, and the correct method can be seen on screen at the moment. Once the letters have been input, the check mark is given.
Yeah, that's why I found it, yeah.
So let's head back to the mysterious hacker. The hacker, thrilled with the check marks, tells us that he will now move into the city and meet us once again in the Queen's mansion. But for the time being, he simply puts on a firework display for the trio.
Okay.
Before reaching the Queen's mansion, Chris runs into a very unhinged character living in a dumpster known as Spamton. He seems to be some kind of washed-up salesman who is infected with a malicious code, causing him to often speak in garbled sentences.
Oh yeah!
However, Spamton is quite literally key to everything to come, and during our first encounter with him, we must ensure Chris beats him peacefully using axe rather than violence. So when facing Spamton, accept his deals and be sure to act as a pacifist. If done correctly, after the battle closes, Spamton will deliver a sinister invitation to the player.
Yeah, that's what happened, and then I actually met up with him. Yeah, that's what I think so. I can't remember the last time I played. It's been a while since I played that game. Like,
after winning Spamton's
before
trust,
finishing the game,
let's continue our adventure and proceed to the Queen's mansion.
Yep.
Inside, we fight a mini-boss known as Task Manager, and after beating her, we reach an area with a busy main road. In order to cross this road, we must hit every button in sequence before the traffic speeds back.
Oh yeah, that was tricky.
Now, it can be a little bit tricky to get this right, but if done correctly, we discover a secret path leading to a hidden room full of statues. Inside this room, the hacker pacing back and forth. The hacker tells us,
so there was something there. There was something there.
He has a feeling a secret back door is hidden somewhere within this room, and sure enough there is. We can locate it by closely watching the hacker as he walks around. At a certain point, his form changes from an arrow to a pointy hand.
Okay.
Interact with the switch on the ground here, and a secret passageway opens in the middle of the room. Proceed through this passageway, and we come to a digital key lock. The lock prevents us from crossing, and so at this point it's time to take up our good friend Spamton on his offer and travel back to the trash zone via the fast access door located in the mansion entranceway. This is where things begin to get creepy. At the far side of the trash zone, we find a hole in the wall, and inside an ominous doorway which only Chris may enter. The others comment how this place feels creepy and seem unsettled just standing around. On the other side of the door, we meet Spamton G. Spamton once more.
Wait, did I meet up with him? I don't remember. I don't remember.
This
maybe I have or have not. I really don't remember.
Is his shop. Spamton tells Chris about a great deal that is waiting in the deep abyss of the Queen's mansion, a heaven-piercing body. If we choose to proceed, then Spamton offers to sell us the key to unlock the encrypted pathway in the mansion. Prices for this key constantly fluctuate, so be sure to pick it up for a good deal. Once back at the mansion, unlock the encryption with the keygen Spamton provided, and we discover yet another door that only Chris may enter. On the other side of this door, things quickly become very ominous. The music is low and eerie. This place seems abandoned and in ruin.
Oh gosh, the music. Oh my gosh. Okay, this...
Eventually, after navigating past a series of traps, Chris reaches a switch which lifts the force field, blocking our path to the east of this underground tunnel system. In order to return to the surface, a deadly teacup ride must be taken.
What the hell?
Difficult to complete, as we don't get much time to react to the laser beams and must dodge them perfectly in order to safely return to the
Nah, that's crazy. Nah, you have to be mad to get through that.
Upon returning to the save area, Chris can now make his way down to the previously blocked off path to the right. Venturing down this path leads to an abandoned railroad with 2 rooms. Head to the far room, and inside we encounter a highly creepy sight indeed. The remnants of a giant robot who has long fallen into disrepair. Chris removes the empty disc from inside this rusty old machine, and the next step is to leave this creepy area for a slightly less creepy one as we revisit Spamton at his shop. Spamton is very excited and asks us to hand over the disc and transfer his code onto it. We are warned that by beginning this transfer, our access to Spamton's store will be forfeit. If we accept the transfer, then Spamton and his store are white, leaving only an empty room behind.
Oh my. Oh, that's creepy. No, that's creepy. Nah. That's creepy. What?
Now we have completed all steps necessary to unlock the Spamton Neo fight, so head back to the ominous derelict robot in the underground railroad tunnel and reinsert the disc. At first it seems like nothing much happens, but shortly after leaving this room, Spamton shows up in his new robot's body. His actions are highly unsettling, as he is consumed by his newfound power. Here is his full cutscene.
Here I am, Chris. Bigger and better than ever. Hahaha, this power is freedom. I won't have to be just a puppet anymore. Or so I thought. What are these strings? Why am I not big enough? It's still dark. So dark. Chris. That's right. I need you. You to be big with me. Very, very big. So big we'll stand up tall and see past the dark. Stand up with our heads in the clouds and look into. Oh, heaven. I just need that little soul you have. Okay. Chris. The hell was that weirdo?
Like in Undertale, Chris's determination takes on the form of a yellow heart, able to shoot projectiles during this battle.
Whoa.
It will be interesting to see how this ties into the greater story of Deltarune as future chapters release.
Whoa,
I'll
what?
sit back and enjoy my personal run against this boss.
That's from Undertale, like with first soul turned yellow. Wait, I didn't get it real say.
Personal run against this boss.
Chris, was that a big shot just now? Wow, I'm so proud of you. I could kill you. Heaven, are you watching? It's time to make a very special deal. Whoa, okay. Chris, isn't this body just heavenly? 3 times of firepower, 2 times water power. I ain't gonna read what I say. 2 times power, water, and best of all, flying heads. Oh. Okay, so I guess like protecting everyone at all costs. Well, protecting everyone. We'll turn those schmoes. we'll turn those Schmoes and Daves into Rose and Grave. Cut those screens into cut those screens. Whoa! Hey! Yo! Okay, I'm sorry, like pausing so much. Imagine doing this crap. Oh my god, imagine. Oh my gosh. Chris, don't you want to be part of my beautiful heart? Or do you need a little special tour? What? What? Nah, hell no. Hell no. Okay. All you gotta do is big. Then we'll be the ones making big calls. Wait, what? Calls big or something? The calls. Oh, making the calls, Chris. What? What? Are you serious? It's for you. Oh, dang. Okay, alright. Yo, that's insane. Whoa, hey! There is no audience. It's calling, Chris. My heart, my hands. Oh, hell no! Hell no! Smells like rotten glass. Oh yeah, okay. I don't actually have to read everything, but like, Chris, can you really look into my eyes and say no? Look at my eyes, look at my nose, look at my mouth. Oh dang! So he literally. Hell no! There crackles with freedom. I can't stand it. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh darn. Sucks. Efficient room. Okay, what? I don't know. Okay, anyway. Bro, imagine playing this part. I won't be able to survive there. Wait, what's I saying? Die now, I'll throw in 50 bullets for free. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Chris, if you give me that soul, I will give you everything I have. I will give you 3 easy payments for $19.99. $9.99. Oh my gosh. Stage lights are shattered. Ooh. Friends, Chris, what are you talking about? You don't need friends. I can make my hands into phones. Hell no. What? Okay. Don't you? What? I need to read these things as quick as possible, man. Don't you want to help your old pal Spamton? Chris, think. What are my eggs going to do? Oh my gosh, bro. I ain't gonna... What? Okay. But Chris, if you refuse, that's your choice. I can't force you. I can only kill you for 50% faster than similar products. Or no money back. Oh! Yo, he's almost dead, bro. Okay. Huh. Chris, take the deal. Take it. Do you want a heart on the chain? What? Hell no. Hell no. It's for me. Oh! Okay, maybe I need to like What? Hell no, how are you gonna get past all that? 11%. He dead. Straight up dead. Boom and a boom. Don't you want to be a big shot?
Now, depending on how we beat Spamton, using violence or acts of mercy does slightly change the cutscene featured after the battle comes to a close. Here are both endings for your viewing pleasure.
No mercy ending. Wait. The process. Ha! Chris, you think depleting my 8,000 life points means you want a free meal to winning? No, Neo. Chris, your deal has failed. Neo never loses. This is victory smoke. It means it's time for my second form. Are you ready, Chris, for my next trick? I will fill my body with electricity and become Spamton X. Are you ready, kids? Turn up the juice. Turn up the juice. Make sure you don't get it on your shoes. Are you getting all this, Mike? I'm finally... Who's Mike? I'm finally gonna be a big shot. Here I go. Watch me fly, mama. He wanna explode any... Yeah, So this is password ending. Okay. My wire is almost gone. Chris, you're gifting me my freedom? Chris, after everything I did to you? After all the unforgivable deals free chroma I give you? You're finally paying my generosity? Chris, I understand now, the greatest deal of all. Friendship! Chris, my days are as a long-nosed doll are over. Cut that wire and make me a real boy. Are you watching heaven? It's time for Spamton to come back special. And this time I live for myself. No, myself and my friends. Here I go. Watch me fly, mama.
After the cutscene ends, a new one plays out. We find ourselves in the second railroad tunnel and discover Spamton has been no more than a puppet for a greater evil this entire time. He no longer seems infected and speaks more clearly now, asserting that perhaps we can break our own strings, and then offering to become our strength as he provides the party with a powerful new item before fading from existence.
Spamton explained.
Okay, so we've unlocked and battled Spamton,
yep.
But who is this character and what's his story? Well, things are very vague in typical Deltarune fashion. However, we are given just enough information to put together a rough character profile. Spamton exists in Cyberworld, which is a dark world representation of the internet. His role in this internet-themed world was that of a spam email puppeteer.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Desperate to be recognised and find success, Spamton began accepting any kind of deal he could until one day he received an ominous phone call that granted him instant success.
Sorry about that. Hey.
It is hinted that this deal occurred in 1997, as Spamton frequently references this as his favourite year. Spamton's friends noted that he was on the phone all the time, and seemed to be assisted in his newfound glory. Over time, Spamton lost his friends as they grew resentful of his success. He moved into a room within the Queen's mansion, where he would brag about his deals all day long, much as we see him do when speaking with Chris. Then, one day, his mysterious caller vanished, and with it, so did Spamton's success. A fallen man corrupted by greed, Spamton was evicted from the Queen's mansion, now no more than a washed-up salesman, which is how we find him in the dumpster in town. But before he left, Spamton received one last phone call, and with
hold on a second. Okay, for those who haven't catch on yet, so basically Spamton was evicted from the Queen's Castle, and he lives in a dumpster, and then it has something to do with the phone call.
Spamton began accepting any kind of deal he could until one day he received an ominous phone call that granted him instant success. It is hinted that this deal occurred in 1997, as Spamton frequently references this as his favourite year. Spamton's friends noted that he was on the phone all the time, and seemed to be assisted in his newfound glory. Over time, Spamton lost his friends as they grew resentful of his success. He moved into a room within the Queen's mansion, where he would brag about his deals all day long, much as we see him do when speaking with Chris. Then, one day, his mysterious caller vanished, and with it, so did Spamton's success. A fallen man corrupted by greed, Spamton was evicted from the Queen's mansion, now no more than a washed-up salesman, which is how we find him in the dumpster in town. But before he left, Spamton received one last phone call, and with that call, he too vanished. His friends found no more than an empty receiver, and on the other end of the phone, what's described as garbage noise. This noise is familiar to anyone who has made a phone call.
I am so sorry.
This noise is familiar to anyone who has made a phone call from Chris's cell phone during his time in the Dark World.
That's actually what we did.
This foreshadowing seems to suggest that it was Gaster on the phone.
It was
a
Gaster.
entity from Undertale who lingers in the background of Deltarune's lore. Gaster is a dark influence with the power to corrupt those he encounters, including Chris.
Oh!
Other possibilities. Spamton also references a
so that makes sense. No, it was Gaster who was controlling Chris, right? Dang, so it was Gaster the whole time. I thought Chris was like, you know, just pulling out his soul and then doing some crap that no other human could do.
Known as Mike in this conversation here.
Yeah, Mike.
It's an incredibly eerie moment, and one where we are warned to avoid Mike at all costs.
Don't believe anything
Mike
you
is
see.
connected to Gaster or not, this is the name of at least one of Spamton's malicious callers. Most likely the original contact who brought him great success before vanishing and leaving him corrupted. After the garbage noise call, it seems Spamton became infected by a computer virus, which caused his speech patterns to grow confused and his thoughts to become erratic and violent. He was no longer in control of himself. We see this illustrated during this conversation here. On the surface, Spamton seems happy, but for a brief moment asks if anyone can hear him, requesting help. Under this control, Spamton acts as a malware, tempting the player into following his every command until he has full access and can take control of a more powerful form. Spamton hoped that by moving to a more powerful body, he could escape his puppet master Mike's control. But found to his dismay, the strings were still, quite literally, attached. This transfer only corrupted him further. What is most interesting about our interactions with Spamton, however, are his references to the aforementioned Mike character. Warning, Chris, don't believe anything you see on TV. The man's a criminal, I tell you. A criminal. Why is this interesting?
Yeah, like the ending.
Chapter 2, Chris is influenced while watching TV to open up a third fountain between the dark and light world.
Yeah.
After doing this, on the static of the television screen, we see an ominous smile appear. It is very likely this smile belongs to Mike, the very entity who corrupted Spamton, meaning our previous interactions with him were a foreshadowing of the sinister events yet to come. On that creepy thought, I'll leave you to consider the greater story ramifications of Spamton and Mike's influence for yourselves. I hope you found this video both entertaining and informative, and if you did, remember to leave a like, comment
Alright, so that's it for Spamton's secrets and his origins. Now we're gonna move on to the Snowgrave route. Okay, so the next one is the Snowgrave route, and it's basically a genocide route. Basically, genocide. Deltarune's version of genocide, except I think it has to do with Noel or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's begin.
Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and
that seems different. I don't remember that.
Take another look at the
I haven't explored much, so yeah.
2. This is part 2 of a mini-series in which we explore the dark side of Toby Fox's follow-up to Undertale. Both games at first glance seem fairly light-hearted, but in fact contain many disturbing moments hidden within. In part 1, we looked at how to access the secret boss fight with Spamton Neo and explained his tragic backstory. Today, things get even more sinister as we explore how to unlock Deltarune's genocide route, dubbed by fans the Snowgrave path. Not only will this video explain how to access the Snowgrave story path, we will also look at how it changes.
Whoa, I never see this.
Thereafter. So sit back, relax, and let's get started.
I'll look at the Snowgrave route.
In order to access the Snowgrave route, a number of deviations from the main story path must be made. This begins after we enter Cyber City and Chris splits away from the other members of their group. We soon meet up with Noelle and she joins our party.
Yep.
When this happens, instead of proceeding forward as usual, we must backtrack to the trash zone at the far left side of the area. Noelle makes a joke about already regretting this, which becomes an unsettling foreshadowing for events to come. It isn't long before Chris and Noelle trigger their first enemy encounter. When this happens, rather than using traditional acts of mercy or violence, select a mysterious ability found within Noelle's command menu titled Ice Shock. When Noelle casts this very powerful attack, it freezes enemies to the spot. What's creepy about this is how, after leaving a battle, the enemy remains frozen to the exact spot we found them, forever frozen in time. Continue exploring to the far left until all enemies are frozen in this exact way. Do not use Chris to attack or act at any point, this will void the route. Instead, simply defend, which allows Noelle's TP to steadily rise so she may use her Ice Shock magic on each turn. Our objective is to kill anything we come across with this icy power, with being taken by Noelle's hand. When we reach the far side of Trash Zone and approach the sealed door to Spamton's shop, an eerie dialogue is spoken. Noelle asks why Chris brought her here, and follows up by commenting how this place feels creepy, but also mentions how it feels nostalgic.
What?
Judging by her sorrowful expression, this dialogue refers to a tragedy from Noelle's past. We're not going to dive too much into theory talk during this video, but it goes without saying that Noelle carries great pain and sadness in her heart. Once we re-enter the city, things seem far more ominous than before. Enemies now appear in more abundance throughout the streets, yet the busy city roads are now empty. The cars and many of the NPCs vanishing without trace. You'll also notice how Chris himself becomes more controlling and threatening towards Noelle as we play. In fact, in order to truly experience Snowgrave, we must pick the most inappropriate dialogue options.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Of how Chris terrified Noelle on a big wheel many years ago. Therefore, she declines Chris's offer to ride with her. Afterwards, we are presented with an option for Chris to speak to himself, stating, "Noelle will ride with me." Noelle seems flustered by this forceful statement and reluctantly agrees, but is also fazed about Chris acting so pushy. Next, walk over to the shoe store vendor and strike
the shoe store. The shoe store, not shoe store.
The duo some dating shoes. Noelle is quick to clarify that
I denied that. I actually denied that.
The salesman asks Chris if this is true, and at this point we must select the dialogue option, "We're something else."
I never picked that.
Once again, Noelle grows confused and worried. Then, as we begin to walk away, the music fades down and the vendor presents us with a mysterious offer.
If there's something else, maybe my dating shoe isn't right. America interests you in a freeze ring? Huh? A ring? Sorry, I don't think we need something like that. Come on, Angel, you can't get strong without good equipment.
After being offered the freeze ring, we must have Chris continuously hound Noelle to get it. To begin with, Noelle seems happy, thinking Chris is offering to purchase the ring for her. But upon discovering that neither one possessed the funds to procure the trinket, the conversation begins to grow more and more uncomfortable. Chris insisting that Noelle take the ring by any means necessary. She protests to this act of violence, but with enough pushing, eventually yields. The screen fades to black, and we hear the sound of Ice Shock.
Oh no.
When the screen fades back, the vendor is nowhere to be seen.
He dead.
Noelle seems worried about what she may have done to get the ring, but quickly tells herself that the storekeeper must have given it to them as a gift. Despite this, Noelle buries her guilt, convincing herself it's good to be stronger, and even thanking Chris for their help. We can now open our inventory and equip the freeze ring, allowing Noelle to become stronger than ever before. Now she becomes enveloped in a bubble each time a battle is won,
exactly a snow globe
from her prey and growing stronger by the second. As our adventure continues, we notice changes in Noelle's personality. Shortly after completing the force field puzzle, where Noelle must stand on a deactivation switch while Chris crosses over to turn off the other side, she comments how she considers stepping off the switch. This action would of course result in Chris's death. After thinking this, Chris enters her and tells her that this way of thinking is natural. Noelle seems shocked that Chris manages to read her inner monologue. She must have been talking out loud, right? And just
there's no freaking way!
Is broken
there's no way!
The remix of the Cyber City theme starts up.
There's no way, because like usually all the characters, like when there's like a bracket, there's like it's basically your thoughts, right? Brackets is basically based on your thoughts, right? How the freak Chris read your thoughts, bro? How the freak? Ain't no freaking way, bro. If Susie was with Noelle in a Ferris wheel, right? Right? She was like talking to herself in her mind. She was thinking about like, oh, I could say something this, say something that, say something cool, say something romantic, or this and that. It's in her thoughts. So for Chris, somehow they could just somehow they could just like what read people's minds or something. How? I don't like this.
Reaching the two large roads in the center of the city and heading
there's
down
no
right
cars,
path,
man.
we discover a secret back alley containing a dumpster. When approaching this dumpster, a mysterious voice communicates from inside. The speech patterns will be familiar to
anyone who has watched
the previous video looking at Spamton and his creepy backstory. Spamton tells us that if all enemies are vanquished, he will show us an irresistible deal.
Whoa.
For now we must continue onward. Our next destination is the second mouse puzzle area. Now usually it falls to Chris to solve this puzzle. However, on the Snowgrave route, it is possible to intimidate Noelle to the point she removes the puzzle entirely. Keep selecting Proceed, and the following creepy cutscene plays out.
Oh. Proceed. Oh wait, I didn't get read. Proceed. How? There's nowhere to go. Chris, there's a path. The path is blocked, isn't it? Proceed. Chris, what are you doing? Chris, is everything okay? Proceed. Chris, there's lightning in the way. If we move anything further, I'll be. Chris, you didn't hear what I said earlier, did you? You wouldn't let me proceed. Oh. Chris, proceed. Oh. There, looks like I did it. I just listened to Chris's command, and so I just listened to Chris's command, and somehow before I knew it, the puzzle was finished. What was I thinking? Chris wasn't trying to hurt me. They were just making me stronger.
Noelle is beginning to reach the point of no return, and now has a very different outlook on how she acts towards things. When reaching the third mouse-based puzzle, she no longer hesitates, and instantly removes the obstacle before Chris can even attempt to solve it. Noelle comments how this is a good thing, solving puzzles by herself, taking new things for herself, and defeating enemies by herself. She feels stronger each time, yet does not remember the horrific thing she has done to achieve said power. But Noelle convinces herself if Chris tells her to do something, then she should do it.
Oh.
Once all enemies from the city are dealt with, we must return to Spamton's dumpster, where in return for our killing spree, he rewards Noelle with a new ring. This one is labelled Thorn Ring. Equip it and continue to the final stage of the Snowgrave route. Upon meeting Birdley for the second time and preparing to battle him, things feel far more sinister than on a typical Deltarune playthrough. Noelle is reluctant, but must obey Chris and so prepares to kill her friend.
Birdley? Noelle, are you okay? What are you doing with Chris? we're just getting stronger. How? Chris, what are you doing? Oh, proceed. Proceed? Where? Noelle, what are they talking about? That's it, Chris. I don't know what you're doing. But if you're hurting my friend Noelle, then I have no choice but to stop you by force. Chris, ready yourself. Wait, Birdley, stop. Run away. Oh, damn.
During the Birdley battle, he will only perform a handful of attacks. However, they are more deadly and harder to avoid than his usual roster of abilities.
Oh.
There is no point attacking Birdley, so instead defend as both Noelle and Chris up their TP meter until it reaches its maximum level.
Huh.
Thanks to the Thorn Ring, Noelle has access to a new magic
attack
known as Snowgrave. Upon selecting this ability, Noelle initially refuses Chris's command, proclaiming she does not know what they are talking about. As we continue to demand she uses the Snowgrave, Noelle grows more and more pained, pleading for us to stop. But eventually, she gives up her struggle, and the following sequence plays out.
Fine, you want to see what happens so bad? Watch what happens when I cast a spell I don't know. She killed Birdley. She killed Birdley. What? What happened? There was so much snow I couldn't see anything. I don't feel so good. I think I'm going to go home. Oh my god.
Noelle suddenly feels unwell
killed Birdley.
and decides to go home. She walks off into the deserted city street, leaving Chris to observe Birdley's frozen corpse.
Oh yeah, I was right. He is dead.
The Snowgrave route. However, there are a couple of major changes before we reach the ending. So let's take a look at what's new.
How Snowgrave alters Deltarune.
The most striking difference in the Snowgrave path is surely its brief duration. After the Birdley boss fight is over, Chris enters a manhole and is taken straight to the Queen's mansion.
Oh, it was a
Inside,
shortcut.
There is no sign of the Queen at all, and most of the regular enemies are missing too. All of the Queen's portraits have been altered and now resemble paintings of Spamton.
What?
All enemies now belong to Spamton too. Weird bouncing balls known as peepees. Most of the mansion is now closed off, and instead we take the teacup elevator straight
There's
to
nothing. There's nothing to dodge.
Susie enters the room, and after a long wait, it is implied she wasn't so PG-13 during her interaction with Noelle this time, hinting at something raunchy occurring within. Susie cheekily whispering to Chris that she'll tell us later. After this, we meet up with the Queen and experience the cutscene that would normally play during her boss encounter. However, this time there is no need to fight. The Queen is quite placid, informed by Rousey that creating a new fountain would be devastating and cause chaos throughout both dark and light worlds alike. So the Queen bails on her evil scheme, becoming an ally and leaving to go and live in Castletown with the other monsters. Instead, Chris must make their way to the fountain alone, but before they can close it up, Spamton appears in his Neo form to stop. If you check out my Spamton video, you'll remember that this corrupted being once lived in the Queen's mansion as a highly successful salesman. He received this success after being contacted by a mystery caller named Mike, a sinister entity who we theorized appears on the TV at the end of Chapter 2. Mike seems to be working with Gaster in some capacity, and the two infected Spamton's code, turning him into a puppet for their own misdeeds. Now, with the fountain open, Spamton wishes to harness its infinite power for his own greedy gain, and presumably to aid Mike and Gaster in their quest for dominance too. This triggers a long and very difficult battle against Spamton.
Whoa, okay, so it's the same. It's the same.
By the end of this fight, Spamton ups his defense, making it impossible to defeat him. That is, until Chris calls for a little help and Noelle answers. The following sequence playing out as a result.
Hey, is it cold in here or just me? Oh no, he got frozen. Great. Wait, so that's just it? Like, you just get out of here?
The friends all awaken back in the safety of a light
Is Brooklyn good?
Noelle exclaims that she was dreaming, but it felt more like a nightmare.
Is he alive? Please tell me he's alive.
Not everything is normal. Birdley doesn't wake up. In fact,
he dead. He's straight up dead.
He simply lays slumped over the desk.
He's straight up dead.
To be sleeping, but is he?
He's dead.
When returning to the Dark World and visiting Castletown, Chris and Susie meet up with the Queen, who comments on how empty it feels. When then exploring the town, it is indeed eerily quiet. No monsters were recruited, so everything is silent and the whole place feels like a ghost town. Only the monsters encountered in Chapter 1 remain. When talking to the king, he refuses to get into a proper conversation, simply stating, "You left them behind, didn't you? Just as you left us." But the creepiest part of the Snowgrave path is found upon meeting with Noelle in the hospital.
I didn't went there! Oh man.
Video game, Noelle mentions using the Ice Shock ability. Her dad comments on how she is hogging the controller and acting a little differently. Noelle claims she has just had a weird dream, but
what happened to dad? I think he's like what, sick or something. I didn't know anything about Noelle's family, so I think I heard about Noelle's dad, like about like how he's sick or something. I don't remember. It's something like that. And I think she has like a sister named Des. It could be a friend or a sister. I don't know.
Fine. Although we can tell this isn't the case. When she notices Chris standing at the far side of a room, Noelle acts shocked. She quickly hurries out. This is where things become very strange. As Chris leaves the room, we hear an internal monologue from Noelle, where she alludes to some key information relating to Chris and the entity which takes hold of him during certain points in the story. Here is the sequence in full.
Come on, it was just a bad dream. Even so, it was so real, I can't get it out of my mind. That voice telling me what to do. A voice unlike Chris's. Way. A terrifying voice. Chris. Recently, there's been something different about them. Why hasn't anyone else noticed it? I have to figure it out. Why Chris is acting so strange? Why they keep coming to the hospital? Keep coming? To see you? Huh? Chris, how long have you been standing there? Phew, you really scared me, you know? Keep it together, Noel. There's nothing to be afraid of. After all, a dream is just a dream, right? Then why did their voice just now sound terrifying? So terrifying. She's scared. Look at the text. Because it wasn't a dream.
As I previously mentioned, this video isn't going to fully dissect the lore or enter into theory talk. We've already run quite long, and there are several quite disturbing possibilities for the direction this story may be headed. These are alluded to by the ending of Deltarune Chapter 2, which remains the same during this alternate story.
Oh, okay.
But I do hope you enjoyed this look at Deltarune's Snowgrave route, and found it both entertaining and informative.
It really was.
If you did, remember to leave a like, comment...
Alright. So that is it, and wow. I was not expecting that. It was creepy. It was really creepy. Like how. So apparently, when Chris told Noel what to do, it wasn't actually Chris's voice. It could be either Kara or Gasta, anybody. It could literally be anybody. But like, oh my gosh. But Chris was like in control of himself, right? They still have their soul, right? So how come Chris sounds so terrifying, but he's in control, right? Remember, in chapter 1, Chris put his soul inside of a cage, and then something happened, and then all of a sudden it was some pie or something, I don't know. And then chapter 2, everyone knows what really happened in chapter 2. Chris created a fountain inside of his world, or their world. It doesn't matter what you call him. It's just a character. Chris created a dark fountain inside of his world, between the dark and light. And like, oh my gosh. And he wasn't in control of himself. Which is, But anyway, we're gonna end this right here. It was the secrets and the theories. It's crazy, man. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.